You know, what I've noticed a lot this year, we're now into July. In fact, we're mid-July. We're over halfway through the year. Just heading for that little patch of shade there. And she'll lie down in it. There she goes. Oh, poor little soul. The nasty sun bothering you. Yeah, but what I was going to say was everywhere's shade now, the sun's gone in. She's not happy. Too hot for her, I think. We're heading home anyway. But yeah, what I was going to say was there's hardly been any game releases this year. I mean, alright, you get your usual filth on Steam, you know, with the odd good game, like, you know, half-assed mobile games, most of them. But seasoned developers, you know, there's nothing. Absolutely nothing.
I remember years ago there was a couple of things coming out every month.
Yeah, well, yeah, every month we got 2 or 3. You just need to look back through the Wikipedia of all the game releases on the different years. This year has been atrocious, and people, I see these grifters saying how great this year's been for games. No, it hasn't. It literally hasn't been great. I mean, when you think Death Stranding's a masterpiece, you know if you're in trouble, like. And the best game by an absolute country mile, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, is being boycotted by all the soy people who can't cope with a man saying, would you like a drink? No, I wouldn't. Okay then. In an RPG. I still can't get over that, you know. I still can't get over the absolute soyness that these people are, that is so bad that they can't play that. I can't.
They never leave their house.
Yeah, I mean, what do they do in a bar? If they're at a bar and a guy comes up and says, you know, how can I buy you a drink? What do they do? Do they just have a heart attack? Do they? Honestly, I can't get over how soft people are today. How they can't cope with any, and they're still doing it. There was one on my stream the other day, 2 days ago. They're still there in the stream. I'd be absolutely ashamed to be that soy soaked. It's just unbelievable. How long is the game? Hundreds of hours long, and you can't cope with 15 seconds of RPG. Oh, was that a mouse? She thinks it was. Anyway, that's the best game of the year by a country mile. We've had. Can you imagine if all games were as good as that? That would be awesome. There was a time when there were, you know. There was a time when we just got one belter after another. Now, we have to wait like years, and we get a really cracking good game every 2 or 3 years. That's the state of it all. I predicted this in a video about 5 years ago on my channel. I said this would happen. I said we would be heading for a crash. That didn't happen, but I'll tell you what, it did kind of, because we have had a crash. I mean, look at Ubisoft. They're on the knees. I mean, we've technically had a crash in the sense of there's just nothing being produced anymore. I mean, GTA 6, everybody's like, GTA 6 is going to be, no it's not. I think people are going to get the shock of their lives when that releases. I can tell it's dripping of soy. Everything's dripping of soy. And this, shall I call this the soy talk?
The soy people, it's like...
I see them. They're just like, you can just see them, man. When you go on the streets, I could walk through the middle of a city, soy, soy, soy. You can just tell them a mile away. The way they dress, them. Yeah. I can't put this video out, can I? Because the soy people can't cope. Do you reckon we can go through there, crossing down?
Like,
yes.
It's a long way.
Yeah, let's do that. No, the long way to the corner. Well, she looks like she's been reinvigorated. She's not a soy dog. Let's do it. I think a lot. I mean, did you see how many games were cancelled last year? And do you know why they cancelled them? No, cancelled. Plug pulled. And do you know why they did that? Because they've realised that the gamers have waken up. I mean, I woke up 15 years ago, so did a lot of other people, but it's took 15 years for the majority to wake up and realise that you're being ripped off. And they realised that people weren't going to buy it, and so they've just had to cut their losses. Tara, you're not going round there without me seeing what's round there. Is she going to go into the wood? Are you going to go into soy wood? Right. She thought about it. She thought about it. What if we went into the wood? Bargy. There she did. She just bang her leg there?
Now what?
She looks like a wolf there, doesn't she? Wait. Nope. Heel. Good girl. That's a good dog. Okay, break. It's clear. This house is clean. It's a good girl. You heel. We'll see what's in the fields. Okay, break. Not into there. Just been in there. Just smelling that dog, just profiling that dog. Which way do you want to go home?
Quickest.
The quickest. Do you know what I think is the big problem with games? Do you know what I think's helped massively kill the gaming industry? Gen Z. Again, I said this in a video a few years ago, but it's, you know, now that I'm a few years after that, I was right again. Because if you look at Fortnite...
Oh, that's all they talk about at school.
Yeah, exactly. And who buys their games? Their parents, who've got plenty of money. And you can guarantee that every Fortnite player, pretty much every one of them, buys all these stupid freaking coins, the currency, you know, to buy the stupid skins. So they can say to their mates, it's oh, you got the Darth Vader skin, you know. And so developers, they look at this, and I mean, which was a complete accident. Fortnite was an accident, total accident, because Fortnite was about base building and defense, tower defense. Not just Fortnite, we've had other games like that, but all these live service freaking games, that's where all the money is. And that's why we've had so many. If you look at how many failed live service games we've had, I mean, I can't even count how many there is, but huge amounts of games. And that's why, that's one of the reasons, not an exclusive reason, but that's one of the reasons why we haven't had great games, because they've been ploughing the resources into the likes of Concord and all that. Just shite, slop, garbage. There's loads of these kind of, well, slop games that I call them, and that's where the resources have gone. When we buy all them great games from these companies years ago that were really good, they've taken that money and a lot of them have invested it into absolute garbage, purely because it's just going to make money. They don't, and they call themselves passionate about games. They're not. They're passionate about greedy fucking money making. That's all they're bothered about. If they were passionate about games, we would have loads of single player games like Half-Life, because they know there's a huge demand for them. Yeah. But they won't buy them, they won't make them, because there's no money to be made. Once the game's made, that's it. You can't make any more money on it. It's there. You can maybe do a couple of DLCs, but that's not enough. You need these live service games, so that it's like an everlasting supply of money coming in, and they will not make games that can't do that. And that's why, you know, the gaming industry's now on its knees, because they never thought it through. They just didn't think it through, and people are just rejecting it now, which is great. But the damage is done in a lot of ways, and we are easily 5 years away from any signs of recovery in the gaming industry, because it's going to take them, they're going to have to be slapped a bit more by gamers. In fact, a couple of them may need to go bust before we get a really good change in the way games are. And of course, you have to factor something else in. Because we've had these years of drought with shite, what happens? Standards drop. So gamers have no standards now, and that's been proven for years, for the last 10 years. They have no, I mean, Death Stranding. I keep bringing that up. It's a niche game for people who like shit games. No, it is. It's just shit. It's just, I don't care if I get a backlash. It's fucking wank. It's garbage. What do? Come across a river with a load of fucking sperm parcels on your back and put some everlasting ladders down and walk across them and then go back to the base and jump in a piss shower or whatever it is. And then some woman will come along and eat a bug and go, and then a big fucking tiger will dive out of the tar that's surrounding you and your baby goes, yeah. I mean, what the fuck? It's a masterpiece. No, it's fucking wank. Damn. See, I didn't want to go there. See, it just happens. It just happens. Let's go. Tara, where's Hideous? Where's Hideous? I don't think he's on this planet, to be honest. But yeah, standards have gone down the toilet. Live service was pushed to the front. And Gen Z. That's why games are shit. But, you know, let's pretend they're not and I'm just a hater. How about that? Games are great and I'm just a hater. That's the logic. And on that bombshell, I'm going to take the... Oh, the sun's coming out. Shit. Run!